Okay, guys. A lot of you guys might know the ordeal I've had. Um, I'm intentionally doing this a little darker just because I've come to a realization. Been wearing a lot of long sleeves even though it's not cold because I've had the skin condition for a little more than a month. And, okay, let the sirens pass real quick. Um, Back in 2014, uh, I was at a physical for a possible job, and that's the first time they said that my blood sugar was pretty high. And they said at the time I was borderline, I guess, pre-diabetic, and it affected me a little bit. It's 2019 right now. This was back in 20, so that was 5 years ago. A few years went by, a couple years went by, and I was about to get hired on at a company, different company. I've been working there for a couple months as a temp, driving a cherry picker, living spaces warehouse, and they were gonna hire me on pending a physical. You know, all I had to do is pass a physical. I'm 48 right now, and I was what 45 back then. I felt strong and I felt good, but the doctor said my blood sugar was high, and they didn't hire me on. And then I heard that was illegal from the girl that got me the job there, by the way. Wait, but I'm not gonna fuss. I'm not gonna fuss. And a few years ago, my dad was diagnosed with diabetes, and I don't know who else might have it in my family, but I drink a lot of alcohol. You guys probably know I drink a lot of alcohol if you watch any of the videos. And that wrecks your kidneys, and it's just something that you say to yourself, okay, I do it in moderation. I've worked jobs where I work at 3 in the morning. This last job I worked at 4 in the morning. Um, but I've worked some weird shifts. And, hey man, back when I was younger, I used to be able to sleep very easily. This is no excuse. This is no excuse. I was always a social drinker early on. And eventually, it would take like a 6 pack of fucking beer to no less than a 6 pack of beer to fucking conk out the night before. Otherwise, I have insomnia and I can't sleep throughout the night, which is no big deal. And I'm a very modal person. I go into modes. The college I went to back in the 90s, it's rated in the top 5 in the country as far as their cafeteria. Half their cafeteria is vegetarian. And I went pretty much vegetarian for about a year and a half of my life when I was going to college. And there's many reasons to do it, one of which is health. So I finally accept that I'm not pre-diabetic. The skin condition with the sores that didn't heal. And then I watched a couple of videos. My neck got really chapped. I have pictures of it, but I didn't film it. At least I didn't post it online. My underarms got chapped, and I have chronic fatigue, during this period. And I just accept it. So I'm about to go to the store, and I have no problem going vegetarian. Um, I kind of went quote unquote normal, a few years back. My goal initially wasn't to be total vegetarian, but to cut down significantly on red meats. Vegetarians on average live 10 years longer, from what I understand, than people that eat red meat on a regular basis. But at some point, none of it really mattered. I just figured I'm just going to be one of the people out there and live a normal life, years after college. And when you're going to college, the idealism kind of pulls you in for many things. And then you say, okay, I'm going to be normal here and not so much there, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But I'm not sure how much some of the drinking is going to change. I just read 2 beers a day is okay. 2 shots of whiskey, whatever. I just read that, and there's gonna be different sources. You don't want to cut out the sugars and carbs altogether. But there's some better fruits than others. Avocados, not bad, and apples are apparently good. Just watch a video on that, but other fruits are real high in the sugars, and it's best to go with certain vegetables or whatever. No big deal. No big deal. But I'm gonna try to take care of myself physically for a little while, and I don't know where this is going. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna post this video. I'd like to. I want to get my head straight. I believe strongly in gut checks, and I'm going through the process of a gut check, and sometimes they're instantaneous. They take a split second to make a decision on something. And I've made that decision. The decision's already made. Is to accept that I'm not pre-diabetic, that, this thing, man, it destroyed my skin and I'm not healing. And that's, one of the things that goes on. But socially, I still watch football with my friends. So I'll have 3 beers, at a bar and grill when I'm doing that. But I'll probably be drinking a lot more V8. I'll probably be mindful a lot more of my physical diet. So that's where things stand, guys. Okay? Thank you.